welcome to Sequoyah, a Star Trek Adventures actual play featuring the Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop powered by Nerd Eye Industries. Disclaimer as always, this is very much a beginner game still. So that means that some of the players are still not quite familiar with the 2D20 system or Fantasy Grounds or even Star Trek. So there will be some instruction done. There will be teaching along the way. This is an interactive game, so that means if you're watching this live, you have the opportunity to directly affect gameplay. For 50 bits, you can give the group one momentum that can be on top of the normally allotted 6 cap. So they can accrue their own 6, but if you want them to go above 6, you can certainly do that. You can also spend 50 bits to give me, instead of momentum, you could also give the Game Master threat to use against the players, which I recommend. So, as an effort to keep this as correct as possible, though, if you are watching this and you notice that I make a rules error, then call me on it in the chat, because then I will reduce my threat pool by 1 for each instance that this happens. I won't go into negatives, though. So now let's go ahead and get reacquainted with our players and player characters. And as we do always, we always go in rank order. So we will start with Commander Mers.
Hi, I'm Rihanna. I'm playing Commander Mers, who is the Trill first officer of the Sequoyah. Been dealing with a lot these past few hours. It's weeks in real time, but hours in game. And while he is trying to figure out this murder mystery, he is still dressed as Mercutio from the Shakespearean tale. Yeah. I think the pants are probably starting to get a little too tight.
They're a little binding, yes.
Yeah, they're a little.
All right. And next we have Dr. Davis.
Hello, everybody. Good night, good evening, good whatever. What time is it? What day is it?
Time soup.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leslie. I'm playing Dr. Davis tonight. And yeah, Dr. Davis has had to take control of everything. And it's kind of a disaster, but we're fine. Everything's fine. It'll be fine.
That's right. And next we have Lieutenant Salt.
Hey, that's me. My name's Morgan. I'm playing Lieutenant Gideon Salt, who is our engineer extraordinaire, dressed right now with a white tank top and little bike shorts and no shoes. And we have done so many cool things in the last couple of hours. We have hacked into a space station. We have hacked emails. We might be solving a murder. Fun stuff.
All right. And last but not least, we have Lieutenant Carmichael.
Hi, I'm Brittany Leonagay playing Lieutenant Carmichael. Lieutenant Carmichael also had kind of an eventful past few hours. First real party, lots of alcoholic drinks. Then there was a murder or a body, and then she got well, but then I think she got sick again because maybe the wellness didn't work very well, and she went to bed. So
A little nap.
and she also found the lovely person that she was kind of trying to mac on in her drunken haste, threatening. I don't know, y'all. It's been a long time, but she doesn't know what she saw. It's really a blur.
your hot almost date, maybe future date, we'll have to see. She was definitely trying to choke out our captain.
Right, which I don't blame her for.
No,
you know?
no.
It's a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
I know him.
May or may not have happened before.
Wait, her name was Fiala.
Yep, Fiala, the Ryzen ambassador.
Ryzen, yes. Yep. Someone's being very loud outside my window. Thank you, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So, recap of last time for those who have not watched in a while or have copious notes like I know my players do. While attending what they thought was supposed to be a Halloween party on Starbase 21, the crew uncovered a dead body in a hidden access hatch that turned out to have been infested by a mysterious energy being that is now contained within a Ryzen liaison who attempted to kill Captain Maxwell. Dr. Davis assumed command and ordered the Starbase, the Sequoyah, and the USS El Dorado to be quarantined. The USS El Dorado had departed Starbase 21 and has now been actively recalled because of the quarantine. Jan uncovered records of a Vulcan named Tolek and discovered Tolek was actually a Romulan spy named Tolanor. And this Romulan spy was the subject of an off-the-books experiment and implanted with a strange, quote-unquote, ball of light. Digging into the logs of the previous chief medical officer of the Starbase, they learned that Dr. Yandowski resigned their commission, and their final log was erased and not sent to Starfleet. It stated that Sophia Yandowski resigned in protest, stating that she was not in the business of making sentient bombs. All right, so
Yeah.
we begin this episode in sickbay of Starbase 21. Lieutenant Carmichael, you are you're waking up. The room, the area that you're in is nice and dim, with just a little bit of some track lighting going on in the background, just enough so you can you can see what's around you, and you see this very kindly looking medical officer leaning over you, and she says, "Lieutenant Carmichael, how are you feeling?"
I feel dead. Is that a feeling?
Well,
Can I be dead and alive at the same time?
with what you've experienced and what you have put into what you have imbibed, I would say yes. That is certainly a possibility.
Got it. So when people drink, they know they're gonna feel like this. That's wild. It's like truly illogical. Anyways,
Mhm.
wait. Where's
Illogical.
How long have I been here? Where's my crew?
They are currently in conference room 1. And I was told to alert them as soon as you were mission capable.
Ooh, we might want to fudge that one a little bit.
Well,
I don't know if I'm
I can-
there, but
I can give you a stimulant if you think that would help.
Ooh.
last time someone gave me something that was gonna help, I ended up here. But
Nothing a little meth can't fix. Stimulant.
Oh, it's legal.
no!
space
Is this my stimulant addiction arc that's happening?
Oh no!
I've been watching Criminal Minds. No, don't want to spoil anything, but season 2 gets a little wild.
No, that would fit right in with Star Trek, though. It wouldn't be an arc, though. It would probably be like super special episode.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like the
right,
after
right,
school
right.
episode, right?
After
Yeah.
school, maybe a 2-parter, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. All right. Well,
I don't know that Frankie would have had any. Yeah. This person looks legit, right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
All right.
We were legit. We gave you the. Didn't we give you
My own crew?
That's right.
Dr.
Yeah.
Davis wasn't there, so I don't know what
You're right. It
happened.
wasn't Dr.
That's right. That's right.
This was backpack meds we keep for our captain when he drinks too much.
That's
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that maybe explains it. It's like something
Yeah.
that he can handle, but like she can't handle it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Anybody that hands you backpack meds.
Yeah. All right. So we're in it. This is like a med bay. There's like this. Is
Oh
like
yeah,
the good stuff.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right.
The person that you're speaking to identifies themselves as Dr. Xiao, and she is the chief medical officer of the Starbase.
Oh, all right. So real. This is official stuff. This isn't this isn't a candy striper.
Oh no. This is Lieutenant Xiao. She's a doctor, and she says that she is the chief medical officer.
So, are we backing up in time a little bit?
Not really. I mean, Dr. Xiao would still be treating patients and things like that. It's just we're kind of it's like a little bit of a parallel.
Okay, I just because Dr. Zhao was in the room with us
Mm-hmm.
with sentient bombs, so I just
Right.
just checking. Okay, all right.
So, let me back it up just a little bit. Instead of saying that there is some of your crew is in conference room 1, some of them are here in the sick bay. So, if you feel like you can walk, if you can walk out of here, you're fit for duty.
All right. Frankie will throw her legs over the bed and stand up really fast and then be like, "Whoop, whoop," maybe. All right. I'm gonna walk slow. I'm gonna walk out of here, but I'm gonna walk slow.
Right. If I have to support you, then your commanding officer very likely will not find you fit
Nope.
for duty.
Nope.
And because
got
Dr. Davis has assumed command of the entire Starbase, it will be her call.
Wait, what? Dr. Davis? My Dr. Davis?
Yes.
I know her.
She's right outside this
great.
door.
Oh, that's great. Wait, she's here? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. We called in the big guns.
Exactly.
Things must have gone really bad. Okay, got it.
I'll let her explain.
Great.
You know what I was thinking the other day? I'm sorry. I was thinking about how, like, when you're senior and you're like, I want Christmases off, or we'll trade Thanksgiving's off. If Dr. Davis was like, I'm senior enough, I can take Halloween off so I don't deal with what happens like this.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you still got pulled in anyway. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So you got
There
called
she
in
is.
on your off day.
That sounds about right. I'm sure she takes a day off and like tries to avoid everyone at all costs on that entire holiday.
Yep.
All right, so Frankie, you do you get up and you walk out of this this like quiet room, and you can see there's a lot of hubbub going on in the sick bay as people are being ushered in, like crew of the Starbase are being like ushered in slowly, and you see that there are medical officers like actively scanning them with medical tricorders, and just kind of, it's almost like a very what am I saying, like a conveyor belt, like one station to station, they're checking them, and they're doing different types of evaluations of crew members as you walk out, and you can see Dr. Davis is standing there kind of dictating what some of these medical officers are doing. Who amongst the other crew wish to be in sick bay and who wish to be elsewhere? So we'll start with Mers. Where are you?
Well, where would it make the most sense to be, honestly?
Well, if we time it where you had just found out about the previous chief medical officer's log, which you found out that it had been erased. It had never been sent. You found the record of it. So we could say that whoever was involved with that, this was all happened in sickbay. So you could all be there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say we're all in sick bay for now.
Right.
Or at least I can't speak for everyone. Kujera's in sick bay.
Makes the most sense, I think. Based on what just happened and what we've just figured out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the only other person I would want to talk to right now is our captain, and he is in sick bay. So
Is he?
I thought he was still in sick bay.
No, he's actually still in the conference room. He
I'll have
and
to
he
get
had
him
said
in a
that he was
second.
going to try and keep Yesh as busy as possible to keep him out of your hair.
Okay, you're right.
Right.
I'll get him in a second.
So, quick question. If we find out, and hypothetically, that the commander of a starbase is doing freaky scientific trials, implanting explosives that might have sentience in the bodies of unwitting people, and that got kind of out of control, and then they manipulated it to make it look like it's not happening. Is that something we need to immediately report to Starfleet?
I would say yes.
So, Frankie, this is the conversation you're hearing as you're walking up.
Oh, hey, kiddo.
Hey, hi. Just if we could keep it down, just
Oh,
talking.
you
Yeah.
know I have so much love for you, kid, but that is a very hard ask for me. I'll try
I
my
didn't mean
best.
to direct that at Gideon. That's very funny.
Wow. Lieutenant, I'm not gonna ask if you feel better. Obviously, that's not the case. But I do
Better we
appreciate.
don't answer that question. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
I do appreciate you trying to come report for duty. There's a lot that we have to fill you in on.
I think at this point, Dr. Davis is trying to like split her attention between what you guys are talking about and like fielding like a dozen questions like, okay, what do you want us to do here? What do you want us to do there? And so she's kind of like, Commander Mers, can you bring the lieutenant up to speed? Hi, Lieutenant. Are you all right?
Nope. That's
Don't
not...
answer that. I'll
Nope.
ask you again later. And
Yeah.
then she walks off.
Yeah.
Yes, the sick bay is absolute bedlam right now because as we talked about last time, it is woefully undermanaged, and that is because the chief medical officer is only a lieutenant, and you're not quite exactly certain what her specialty is, but it is certainly not like management of a hospital or like chief medical anything.
I think we landed on dermatologist.
Right, yeah. So yeah, see, you have a dermatology resident as your chief medical officer here
For infectious disease outbreak.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, are we getting too close on the nose? Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Didn't even think about it, honestly.
Oh,
It's
man.
okay, guys. The aliens are coming for us. Or not.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
hard pass.
Eric, is there a role that I can do to sort of assess, renegotiate, and get them kind of organized so that she doesn't have to solely focus on that? Like,
well, it depends on what you want to do. If you're wanting to do it like you're not really triaging different wounds and illnesses and things like that. You're really just kind of looking for a single thing. So
command
yeah, you
type
could
thing
certainly
or
use
something?
command to kind of delegate to others exactly what you need them to do.
Okay.
And then whatever attribute you want to use for that.
Insight?
Insight would be perfect. That's like, yeah, you like intuitively see maybe Xiao's not the best person to organize this thing, but this person is. So yeah, you could definitely do that.
I'm looking for like essentially the head nurse who's really been in control since the dermatologist is the
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
You're looking for my candy striper that I wouldn't allow to. Keep me going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking for that person and then essentially giving them the orders that they already know that they need. They just need somebody to give them those orders to make everything happen.
Right. So yeah, you see a real no nonsense like chief nurse who is doing a lot of it doesn't take very long to realize that they are definitely, kind of not calling the shots, but certainly trying to make this work as well as possible within the confines of what Dr. Xiao was kind of putting her up to. But yeah, you can. She does have a lot of gravitas in this sick bay.
Okay, so I'm gonna say using my insight and my command for the role, and then I actually have a focus in negotiation and in infectious disease. So either
one of those would work. Yeah, absolutely.
I think those would work.
Yep.
And so I can do that. And what is my
The DC of this, because you're really just trying to focus on like logistics and whatnot, I'll just make it a 1. It's not going to be that difficult. Not for somebody as qualified as Dr. Davis.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna use one of my values because I really want her to get this like sorted out so that she can like do other things.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go with every problem has a solution.
Okay.
And so that way she can use one of her determination to get an extra dice.
Okay.
That's how that works, correct?
Yep. You just hit that red button next to determination.
All right. Hitting the
There you
red
go.
button. And I think I can just roll.
There you go. 3 successes, so you generate 2 momentum. That
We might need that.
Yeah, that was very lucky because you rolled a 13 and a 19, and your target was 14, so you really only succeeded with 1 dice. But that determination really came in and put you over the top. So, all right. So with the success means that you have it pretty organized so that you can step away and not have to do all of the hands-on stuff. If you want to. You could, as always, with basically any test, there is always the option of spending a momentum for added perks or added things. So I'll say if you wish to spend a momentum, one of those momentum you generated, not only will this work, efficiently, but they could also maybe find other information that maybe just a cursory scan of things may have missed.
I think absolutely, because she wants to get as quickly as possible her fingers on the pulse of what is happening on this base.
Okay.
And as far as she's concerned, like ingratiating herself with the medical crew and having them feel like they can trust her and they can come to her and tell her anything.
Okay.
Especially considering what happened with the last chief medical officer.
Sure. Okay. So go ahead and spend that momentum. And so, yeah, you have gained the trust of, and in a lot of ways, not only have you gained their trust, but they seem very relieved, almost as if a burden has been lifted from them, because everybody knows what it's like to work for an unorganized boss or a boss who is outside of their scope. And this is exactly what that was. And so now that they're like finally somebody who knows what they're talking about. And Dr. Xiao, amongst all of them, is the most appreciative of this, because she's like right by your side the whole time as you're doing this, and she's watching it and observing how you're doing it, and you even taking on some of the reins of the responsibility once she knows exactly what to do. So she is not incompetent. It's just she's inexperienced.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you are now free to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to, feel like you have to micromanage anything.
All right. So while all of that is going on, you guys can do whatever you're doing, and then as soon as we can kind of like meet back up as after you do whatever you're doing.
So, hey kid, while you were taking a little nippy nap, we found out a whole bunch of stuff. We found out that there used to be a medical officer here named, I found out that Eric really likes names. That's something.
Yes. Jan.
Yandowski?
Mhm.
Yandowski.
Yandowski.
Uh-huh.
And she was like super good at her job. And then she was like, I'm leaving. But then her last message never actually got transmitted to Starfleet before she resigned her commission entirely in Starfleet. And it turns out that they are apparently making sentient bombs.
Wait, they as in
This
Here.
Starbase.
Oh,
Yeah.
the whole thing, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Oh.
Well,
At
maybe
least-
not the whole thing, but we know that Yesh is involved, which makes sense because he gave off a real squirrely vibe, if you ask me.
Have you confronted him?
No.
Oh,
What's this?
cool. So I get to be part of that?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah. Taking
Sorry, what does
down a
squirrely
commander.
mean?
A squirrely?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
No, like
on Earth, there are these little creatures. They are the most intelligent little bastards I've ever seen. They are like mice, but bigger, and they will eat other mice sometimes. And they've got a long tail that's like kind of fluffy.
they can put a
Anyway,
lot in
they're-
their cheeks.
They're kind of twitchy, is what I'm saying. They're kind of twitchy.
Okay.
You
Weasley?
didn't ever see a squirrel when you went to
Weasley?
the Starfleet?
What a weasel is?
No?
There are so many squirrels there.
In San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
Are there?
Okay.
Morgan
I
has
don't-
never been to San Francisco. Are there
There's,
squirrels in San
there's a
Francisco?
ton of of course there's a ton of trees. It's a very treesy city.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, maybe not in the future.
Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of ifs. Okay, anyway.
All right, we're gonna have to go down this tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Um,
Thank you.
This is very
I
fun.
wanted that.
So we haven't confronted Yesh yet. The
Very
captain
exciting.
is keeping him distracted, and we haven't really gotten further than that. Exciting times, kid.
So that thing that was kind of going into people and we detected it, is that, do we know how to contain that?
No.
No,
not yet.
that's the next thing on our list. We really
Cool.
should get this out of the ambassador.
It's sentient, though, right? Presumably. Do you think it can communicate?
So we could probably talk to it.
We
Yeah.
can maybe
Well-
talk to it.
Lots of things are sentient. Like
Yeah, but
we're
we understand the
sentient.
patterns of how it talks, right? Like we kind of found out how to locate it. Maybe
Right.
we can reverse engineer that and
Maybe. Interesting. Because sentient, just confirming for Morgan speaking, sentient means that it has like a consciousness. It is capable of like complex thoughts.
Yeah, self-aware.
that-
Yeah.
Self-aware.
Self-aware.
Okay.
Right. So, you know, everybody gave me a really hard time for the AI, but it turns out that Starfleet was creating sentient bombs. So I don't feel like Jan is that big of a deal anymore.
no, it's kind of
Well-
like you get a pass. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, wait.
This is really convenient. for
This
you.
goes into another issue.
Does Starfleet know anything about this?
Yes. And if they do, is this something to do with Section 31?
Oh, right. I forgot all about that because I was not supposed to know anything about that.
No. That's a whole other problem, is you,
Haha.
Gideon, knowing about Section 30. Oh, goodness. All right,
What's
that's
that?
fine.
So
One bridge at a time.
I like the idea that it's like Lieutenant's like, what's that? And Gideon's like, okay, so, and it's like, and we're moving on.
I would imagine whatever you were going to say was going to be some kind of conspiracy theory, but like pretty much on, but it would sound like a conspiracy
it's
theory.
kind of like that.
It's something. All right.
Oh,
As
Right.
chat says,
chat is
Section
not being
31
helpful
does
to
not
me,
exist.
to Brittany, the player.
But Commander, maybe you should try and figure out what the upper fleet thinks, and maybe the lieutenant and I can go find Fiala and see if we can get this thing to communicate.
Okay.
Using science.
Yes, science.
Engineering. Oh, I missed my
Yeah.
science buddy. Okay, kid, let's go.
All right. They're going to take care of that. Dr. Davis is still working on.
Well, at this point, Dr. Davis is free to do whatever. You're not.
I will return as you guys are like about to walk away.
Okay.
We're going to go talk to the sentient disease thing, the explodey stuff.
Well, while you're talking to it, can you figure out how to divest it from its host?
We will endeavor to find out its desires.
Right, because if there are any other such parasites on board, we'd kind of want to.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You don't want one of those in me. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe.
Okay,
Hopefully.
great. I mean, talking to it's pretty much secondary to like getting rid of. You understand?
Yeah, but now it's like, Eric, are there Starfleet protocols for how you treat sentient creatures? Can't just
If it's
crowbar that
killing-
sucker
Yeah,
out,
this
huh?
is
But if it's gonna
Well-
kill people and kill,
Your
Yeah,
tactics
but do
are
I
allowed,
need to
right?
abide by some sort of galactic Geneva
Don't ask that
connection?
question. Don't ask that question. It's fine. It's
I'm trying to teach Jan ethics.
fine.
He's a very impressionable young boy.
The answer to that question is yes. Starfleet does have protocols for that. But in this era, it's and especially out in deep space, you can. Oh, did we lose Leslie? Oh, she hopefully will be coming back soon. In this era, it's a little. There's a lot of gray areas, but for the most part, if it's at all possible, try and preserve life. But if it poses a threat to the greater good, things like that, or to innocence,
the
then
greater good.
yeah, then you can defend innocence and whatnot.
I do like the implication that in this time frame, like, ooh, we're in the time frame before they figured out the human rights.
Ha ha ha.
But okay, good to know because I've broken some rules maybe today and don't want to fully give a whole. Leslie says her computer tried to die because her cat is an asshole.
Oh well, that's perfectly legit.
That's fair. Okay, so Lieutenant Carmichael, shall we?
Yeah. I think we need to learn what we can. I don't think we should make any calls about what we're going to do to it. But yeah,
Well,
let's-
not when it's listening, I guess. I wonder if it has ears.
No, and also, okay,
no,
please.
is Kujera still here listening to
Yes.
this ridiculous
I
conversation?
haven't left yet.
We haven't walked away.
Yeah. He says, please do your commanding officer a big favor.
Uh-huh.
Don't destroy it. Don't get rid of it. Don't mess it up too much because I still need to figure out what we're going to do about the fact that it's even been created. So if I need
Okay.
them as evidence at
Kind
the
of
very
boxing
least.
us in here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. We do know that it responds fairly negatively to electroshock.
Yes. Just
That's something to know. But
try
anyway,
and not destroy it.
Sure. Of course.
we will try not to destroy it.
We'll definitely try. Not to.
All right.
Try. Let's go.
All right. So Mers and Doctor, what are you going to do then? They're headed toward now. If you remember, the conference room they had put up some temporary shielding, and the liaison is actually in one of these like makeshift shielded cells in that room with the dead body and with the bodyguard of the newly minted ambassador to the Klingon Empire.
Yeah. But we separated them a bit
Right. Yeah. They're
with the
in
electric field.
Mhm,
So,
yeah, so they're
this thing
separated. Mhm.
Yeah. Shouldn't be hopping back and forth.
No.
I'm hoping.
Unlikely, maybe.
Okay.
So, so that
I think the two of us probably need to have a conversation. Dr. Davis, Commander Mers, probably about what to do next.
Yeah.
So, all right. We've got the base theoretically is under control. We're attempting to get the populace tested for this parasite.
Mm-hmm.
We have alerted Starfleet about what is happening here and who should or should not be moving what sort of activity we can allow. In other words, we've all been quarantined, these 3 vessels, well, the base and the 2 vessels. What would you like to do next?
Boy, howdy.
Do we know who the body was that was in the wall?
Yeah, it was an engineer,
A
right?
maintenance worker.
Maintenance worker.
His name was something.
Zelen?
Zelen, right.
Yeah,
I have a note that says Zelen equals dead. So you're welcome.
that's an
Ah.
excellent note.
That is a good note.
Perfect. So, who was he? How did he end up dead? Why is he dead? Exactly.
Well, the why and the how is most likely the sentient bomb that has apparently been created on this starbase. The why, I figure wrong place, wrong time. But
That might be important to find out if we can figure out the last known location of this individual, what they might have seen or been doing, or who they
we did
talked
look
to.
up the logs. What did it say?
That
Right?
Zelen was missing 2 work shifts.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally wrote missing 2 work ships, which seems,
Oh, that's very sad.
yeah, but 2 work shifts.
So about 2 days.
Right. But I don't think we got any information about where he was. Although, am I still there? I'm not there. Whoops.
No, but I appreciate
Bye.
you, Morgan. No, I appreciate you, Morgan, telling us what I
Okay,
need to
wait,
know.
out of character. But yeah, also we explained also the Tolinar thing to the doctor. And but yeah, we didn't do anything to see, like, we didn't look at any like camera footage to see what the maintenance worker was doing before he died. Although that probably is a good thing for Gideon to look up at some point.
Yes. So can I what is it? Transponder? Yes. Can I beep and speak or
Walkie-talkie.
Mhm.
Walkie-talkie to Gideon?
Communicator. Yeah, yeah.
Lieutenant Salt.
Uh-huh.
Our John Doe in the wall.
Yeah, our wet dad.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you
Semi-wet dad. Mostly dry dad.
Mostly dry.
Yeah.
very descriptive. Can you perhaps find out what exactly it was that he, I presume, was doing prior to his demise? Perhaps there's some camera footage, some logins, something that would tell us where he was, why he was perhaps our victim to start all of this.
That is an excellent suggestion. I can't believe I didn't think about that. Okay, yes, I will get working on that. Actually, hey, Jan,
Yes.
you know the dead guy we found?
Zelen equals dead.
Zelen equals dead. Yes, that's a great note. Can we find the last moments of this poor man's life on the comms? Would have been about 2 days ago.
Working.
You're the best doggy in the world. The galaxy.
He chases his tail for a moment. And that's how he signifies that he's working.
It's a loading screen.
Yeah, that's his loading screen, right?
Literally the little wheel of death.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it.
All right, he says, and you're walking in the corridor headed to the conference room, and as you walk into the conference room, one of the screens pops up and shows you this not so wet dead Zelen, and you're just seeing like video footage of him walking into this same conference room, and Like, so you see the last moments of his life. He's standing there. He's got like, he was a maintenance worker. So he's got his tool belt on, and he was going to work on something like maybe replace a light or something. And he just kind of stops. He stands there for a second. And it's like, well, not for a second. He actually stands like stock still for quite a while, to the point where Jan starts to like fast forward because he's standing still for so long.
Jan's bored.
Yes. And so, if anything takes longer than a second to load, he gets upset. So you kind of see him fast forward, and then he kind of starts to herky jerk move, and he slows down the video again, and he just kind of immediately walks over to this access panel, takes out one of his tools, and kind of, detaches this panel, pulls it out, crawls into the space, and then pulls the panel back to cover himself up.
Can we go back to the frames right before the boring bit?
Working. All right. So before he's standing still, or are you talking about like all the way back to
right before, when he's like loading?
Okay.
So like, I'm assuming the bomb or this thing got in him, and then he was kind of like processing, and then it was like taking over. But I want to see if I can see it.
Okay. All right. As you're watching it, you even like zoom in on him, just him, because I mean, it was more of a wide shot that you were seeing when he was walking into the room. So you kind of zoom in on him, and he's kind of standing there, and from the camera's vantage point, you're just kind of seeing the side of his, seeing him in profile. And then right before he does his crawl into the nook to die, he kind of turns and looks towards the camera for just a moment, and his eyes are glowing.
Oh, creepy.
And then he turns and goes into the nook.
But at no point could I see anything kind of blip into his body.
No. And then Jan says, I can track his original point of origin to a hallway, but before that, he is completely invisible.
Wow. So...
And he just kind of runs the video back, and you see him. So he's like, now he's walking backwards, because you're just watching Jan just reverse the video feed. And you can see him like walk out of the room, and then you're watching like a view of the hallway, and he's walking backwards down the hallway, and then he gets into a turbo lift, and you see him, standing in the turbo lift, and then all the way through another corridor. And what he does is he's walking backwards, and then he comes through a door. And there's no video from whatever happened before that door.
What door is
that
it?
room? Yeah. Where's that room?
That room is I believe it was Lab 442.
Is that the lab? Did we hear about that lab before?
Yes, that was the lab where you saw the video of the supposed...
The thing I wasn't supposed to
see. The Vulcan who was actually supposedly a Romulan spy, and you saw Yesh put a glowing thing into him. That was in Lab 442.
Oh, jinkies. Okay.
So you've walked into the conference room. Mm-hmm. And you can see where the shielding is up. So you have the dead body, you have the liaison, and then you also have the bodyguard, all in this one little area. To the right of where you're standing is Captain Maxwell. So Lieutenant Carmichael, you see Jack. He's sitting on this like little stage, it's like a karaoke bar stage. So it's just a little bitty stage, and he's got his shirt off, and he's tenderly like checking this wound on his chest where he was stabbed, and has subsequently been repaired. And he's just kind of poking around it going, ow, 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 ow.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, the captain got his nipple cut off.
He did not. I'm not there, but I just want you to know he did not.
And it doesn't know that.
Yeah, so you don't he has his hand over his pec and he's touching his like touching it and he's going ow ow ow. So you have no proof that he has not lost his nipple. So
Got it.
it's very likely.
That's Frankie Cannon. Got it. She's not even gonna question it.
You can
Uh,
rebuild those.
Oh, stronger,
make them
better,
stronger.
and faster.
Yeah, and he's actually so you see him and he's actually talking to someone via like a video call, and he's like, yeah, see, right there, yeah, it's probably gonna leave a scar. Yeah, I know.
I just felt the outrage from Dr. Davis of like, excuse me, my medicine is not gonna leave a scar. How dare you? Okay, so oh boy, what do we do?
Quick question, just on people at this point. Tolek is where's the ambassador, the one who got a promotion?
She has been basically everyone except for the crew of the Sequoyah and the one person from the El Dorado have been remanded to quarters. So everybody is remanded to quarters. So including that ambassador. And
the Tolek person was her bodyguard, right?
No, Tolek was years ago. Tolek was this Vulcan who was Jan had gone through and looked at had this happened before? Had there been?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and Tolek was the person who was accused of these crimes of surgically removing parts of people.
Got it.
Now, yes, and then for the audience, but not for you because you weren't there, and I don't think we told you, but we saw on a video from Lab 442 with the secret stuff that he was probably tortured and had a glowing thing shoved in him by Yesh.
Got it. Recently? Or this is back in the day?
5 years ago.
Back in the day. The first time this blip happened showed up on the... Yes, got it.
Okay. I gotta tell you, Lieutenant, I am not great at executive decision making. That's why I am not a commander. I don't know what to do with that information.
I wonder if we shouldn't have come here alone.
Well, okay, so here's what I think. We stick to the initial plan, but can I send this data to the commander?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to send this data to the commander, and then they can make an executive decision about
You
it.
can send
Actually,
it
you would have sent it to Dr. Davis, right? Dr. Davis requested the information in the first place.
Yes, so I will send it back, and I will step out of the conference room so that I am not directly Gideoning in front of everybody.
Okay.
But I
Big
will
growth.
report back to Dr. Davis, who asked for this, and say, hello. So, Jan was the goodest boy and found the footage that you're looking for. And it looks like this. He comes into the conference room. There's a little boring bit where he just stands there, and then he kind of walks kind of herky-jerky kind of over to the panel and pops himself in. Now, we rewound the tape a little bit, little reverse, and it goes all the way back to that room, that lab that I'm not supposed to know about.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave you with that information, and now I'm going to go see if I can go talk to a bomb. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Kujera.
I'm just okay. Kujera says, "Yes, doctor." Yeah.
So I don't know exactly how to broach this conversation. All right. There is.
Okay, wait. Let me stop you. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna get over it.
I'm not mad. I'll just be disappointed.
No. It's just a little thing, and it's gonna go away, and it's not going to affect my work. I would really appreciate you. I know you wouldn't say anything, but I would really appreciate you not saying anything to him. It's not. It's like I have it under control, okay?
What's happening?
Wait. Okay, wait. We're not talking about the same thing. Okay. All right, never mind. You what were you going to say?
Alright.
Forget I said anything.
Are you feeling all right, Commander?
Well, it's been a long night, and I've had to deal with a lot of things, and
Hands are so tight. They're so tight.
it's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I just unloaded on you. Forget I said anything. That wasn't even important. What were you gonna say?
Face is so good right now.
Okay, all right. A little. What?
I
Now
thought.
I'm worried about you. Are you?
Well, no,
all right?
I thought you were going to bring up something I've been worrying about for. I thought I jumped the gun. Don't worry about it. Don't
Well,
forget
I
about
mean,
it.
Okay, listen. You're gonna have to explain a little bit, and I am here to listen to you, Commander Mers, Kujera.
I don't know what you want from me. I thought you were bringing it up.
What's wrong?
What?
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Just I have had a long night with my captain, who has been very annoying and also a bit charming, and his costume looked nice. I thought you were going to bring it up, but I can see now that that's not what you were going to say. And so now we're here standing outside of the, where are we going? We're going to the med. No, where am I? Outside of the insert area.
Med bay.
And
We're outside the med bay.
we're outside. Here we are outside medbay, and I just have been flustered all night, and it's been a long day, and I thought that you were going to bring it up, and here I am just spilling my guts in front of you for absolutely no reason. So that's where I am. Nothing's wrong. I'm just very embarrassed, and it's not an issue. I just really, I thought that's what you were about to say. So that's what I get for assuming.
All right, let's stick a pin in this and discuss it over drinks later. All right. I feel like this is something we should circle back to after we sort of deal with the parasite and the ship and the dead body. And
Yeah, no, you're right. See, I've just been out of it. I'm sorry.
Right. So apparently there's some sort of lab number 442 is where John Doe came out of before he locked himself in the wall to die. So I think perhaps investigating this lab might be important.
Okay,
Could you possibly help me with that?
of course. Of course. Dr. Davis. Leslie. Cassie, not Leslie. I see you and I see Leslie.
I know.
Kill me.
Nope, no, it's too good. You're too good at this game. I love playing games with you.
Thank you. Cassie, I really appreciate you. Not just as a fellow commanding officer, but as a friend. So thank you. And
You're my friend and a consummate professional. We're going to get through this and then we're going to have that drink, all right?
yeah, okay. All right.
All right.
I will take some of the Romulan ale that we're not supposed to have out.
No rules anymore.
There's a bomb!
No
There
rules
is a bomb.
anymore.
No, we're gonna fix it. I hope you appreciated that because I know you were gonna say it. So it's a little bit more time sitting on the oopsie.
To me?
No, to Leslie,
Oh,
as
yeah.
Cassie,
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that you guys looked at it when I didn't. Told you not to.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm just like, okay, this will wait for another time.
No, it's perfect. Okay. Let's go to the lab then.
All right, so
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna.
might want some backup.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 red shirts.
Okay, you're gonna requisition red shirts from the Starbase. That would be Lieutenant Phillips, who is the security chief, and then 2 of his most trusted security officers. All right, but we're gonna cut back to the conference room. So Frankie, you're in there. Salt had just stepped out, and the captain is still talking on the comm, and says, "Yeah, I know. Don't sweat it, Johnny. Just Cassie's in charge. Just do what she says. All right." And yeah, talk to you later. He turns it off. Then he looks up and he goes, "Where'd everybody go?"
I'm not the person to ask that, but there's a situation. We're trying to figure that out.
Oh, okay. Where did I'm gonna go? He kind of gets up and he's then now he has uncovered himself. You see that in fact he has not lost his nipple, and he just like is walking towards you and he says, "I'm going to," and as he passes you, he says, "I'm going to keep Yesh busy," and he just kind of walks out the room. So Gideon, as you're walking in, you almost bump into the captain, and he just kind of it's one of those where you like he moves left, you move right, he moves left, or he moves right, you move left, kind of thing.
Hey,
to the
Now we dance.
Yes. and then finally he just kind of puts his hands out, grabs your shoulders, and just kind of rotates so that way you change positions. And then he's like, "Carry on," and then he turns around and he walks down the hallway.
I just want to say that's my one
You're one out of character.
comedy of that. Dang it, was so good.
It really was. I'm glad I was muted because I snorted quite loud.
You get your expectations up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oops.
all right. My face hurts. Okay. All right. So we're going back in
because executive decision making was taken off of me, and I wasn't privy to that whole other conversation, which is a real shame. But okay, so we want to go talk to Fiala.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to talk to the stuff inside of her, I think, right?
Yeah, but it does seem rude.
Oh, we shouldn't start there.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Good
we're
point.
not interested in you, lady.
Well, yeah, speak for yourself. Maybe we can do a good cop, bad cop, and I'll good cop her, and you can bad cop the, sentient bomb.
Perhaps, although I think that maybe just going brute force science might be the way to do it.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
But if you want, I will try to be a wingman for you.
It might not be the time. I feel like,
Right.
it's not super professional.
Yeah.
If
There's a bomb.
If Mers were watching us,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Oh, boy.
he wouldn't approve. Man,
I don't
I
think
wish
he's
I knew.
ever done anything unprofessional ever.
No, never like changes the topic. Never
No.
like just always just right there on the task.
On the point. Okay.
Yeah, we could learn a lot from him.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell.
Okay. So, Fiala.
All right, so you go to the shielded area where Fiala is being held,
Mhm.
and it's an energy field that's around where she's at, and you can it's opaque at this moment, but you can make it transparent so you can see her, and it's dark in there, and she is now sitting up. When you had last seen her, she was unconscious. Now she's sitting up like crisscross applesauce on the floor, and her head is down, and then when you activate the shielding so that way you can see through it, she kind of slowly raises her head, and as she does it, her eyes flash with a light.
Yeah, okay.
But still
Flashlight.
looking. I mean, even in her disheveled state, still. I mean, she just like got up from the floor, and her hair is on point.
That makes sense. Hey there. Quick question. If I ask you a question, will Fiala answer or something else?
She sits there for a moment. She says, "Who do you think I am?"
Oh, wait. I got it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Fiala. Remember me?
Of course. And she kind of gives you a little bit of a smile.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how are you? I can't stop thinking about your home planet and all the different stories, that you were talking to me about.
Yeah.
Any more? I mean, Gideon here, we're pals, so, but I know Gideon would love to hear some of the stories. Anything you got? This is a test. Gideon, this is a test.
You want to talk about mythical creatures again?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Sure. My favorite when I was a child was the Norbird, which was is a bird that supposedly comes whenever you're going to get good news, and it sings outside your door, your window, but then it's very ethereal. So then when you actually you can hear it, you can see it out of the corner of your eye, but then when you turn to look at it, it's gone.
That's nice.
It's very nice.
It is also said that they sing when a child is born.
Oh.
It was always a comfort to me. My grandmother told me this story whenever, and she said whenever you hear this bird, you knew that your fortune was going to change. It's told to children a lot of times to get them to sometimes process bad news or get over, a trauma and things like that.
Nice.
Frankie's going to turn to Gideon and say, okay, so I think it's her. Only thing I know for sure is I'm going to marry her.
Okay.
Everything else, it's up in the air at this point. Isn't she the best?
Good to know. So,
Do a quick, both of you can do it. Actually, both of you can do it. Let's do a
Marriage check.
No, it'll be
Compatibility check.
it'll be
please.
it'll be
Vibe
command.
check.
What are your star signs?
Yes, I want to say it's insight and very likely command because you're trying to read somebody. Normally, I would say you would get to pick, but for this instance, it's going to be command and insight. For Gideon, it's going to be DC 1. For Frankie, it's actually going to be DC 2.
Blinded by love.
Yes. Hey.
Well, there you go.
All right. So, as you're speaking about this, I'm going to marry her, blah, blah, blah. You kind of look out of as you're facing each other talking about this, you'd stepped away from the shield, but, not that far away. And when you turned to look, you realized that she was reading your lips.
Well, I didn't see shit, so
No.
I did not have a I'm like,
And you see that her very she's not necessarily more of an intrigued eyebrow raise.
Gideon, I trust her. I feel like we should just come clean and see if she'll work with us.
works
I don't
for
want to
me.
scare her.
No, I'll leave that part to you. Not the scaring part. Me, I'm going to be scary and you can comfort her because
Okay.
yeah, that's what I meant by that. Not that you were good. Anyway. Okay, so back to reality, back to this lady. Hey, so in between the time where you were fine and then stabbing the captain, anything weird happen?
She says, just to be 100% clear, I wasn't stabbing Jack. I was choking him.
That's right. I got that mixed up.
I was the one that was stabbed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I stabbed him to stab her.
Right. So in between the time where you were fine and then choking the life out of our captain, did anything weird happen?
She sits there and she says, you don't have to be coy about it. You're talking about the entity that's inside me.
Yes.
We want to talk to it.
Yeah, we do.
You're talking to it right now.
Oh, really? Okay, so is it like a separate personality or?
It's hard to describe.
Okay.
We are our own.
Oh, there's a we situation happening here.
But we also share thoughts and feelings and experiences.
Okay.
Is this a new thing or you've always
No.
had this?
I'm always been a Trill. This is not new. Why is she a Trill now too?
She says, you see, we don't want to do these things, but we have to.
Uh-huh.
It's for survival.
Survival to blow up?
When we are forced to do things, our life energy is expelled very quickly.
Okay, so let's reverse. Where did you originate from?
We were pulled from our home.
Pulled from home.
I
Okay.
woke in a room and I was in an imperfect vessel And I looked to find one that was prepared for me, but that prepared vessel was not here.
Okay.
I think it was in a human before. The most imperfect vessel. That's true.
Okay, so wait, so
Science.
so this is Jan, my dog, but also Jan is an AI, and as an AI, he was created. But you're saying that you existed before and you were pulled here. So you weren't created here.
Correct.
All right, so you're not a creation of this. You guys are an actual alien species.
Perhaps alien to your eyes, yes.
Well, that's what I meant. I mean, I'm green. So I get it. But,
We attempted
So-
to communicate originally when we were brought here.
Okay.
I don't remember much about it, but I do remember pain.
Oh. Okay. So let me ask you a question. That guy, and I'm going to point over to Zelen.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he die?
He was the imperfect vessel.
Okay.
That he's human.
His physiology was not prepared for me.
Yeah.
The others
So-
had their vessels prepared.
By which they had organs removed?
More or less.
Okay. Now, as a Ryzen, I don't know too much about Ryzen's physiology. Do you not have those things?
This is also an imperfect vessel.
Oh.
Okay, let's calm down. Let's just everyone calm down.
Everybody take a breath. Just step
Yeah.
back.
I'm in love with that perfect vessel.
So, you need a proper vessel. Does it have to be another living thing?
In this place, yes.
Okay. But if we can get you to your home,
Send you back. Just give you
Not so
fast track
much?
you there.
Then I would be able to live outside of a vessel.
okay.
If,
So-
if you were pulled, we could push you, huh? It's probably two ways, right? Someone pulled you here, we can maybe push you back.
Perhaps.
Eh?
Okay. Follow-up question. Is there a certain time frame on how long you can exist in an imperfect vessel before that vessel ends up like that guy?
All right. She sits there for a second and she says, well, yes and no. And I should be more honest with you. There is a perfect vessel. I was in a perfect vessel and then expelled from that perfect vessel.
Was the
Tolek? Or the first guy?
She
What'd she
looks
say?
over. She's sitting there and her head just turns to the cell that's holding the bodyguard.
that guy?
Yes, he has been prepared as a perfect vessel.
Darn it.
Is that guy Tolinar?
That's Tolek. This is the same
No,
guy.
that's not
the same
Tolek.
guy.
This is it Tolek?
Mm-mm.
It's not.
I think I see the conspiracy and I'm really upset.
Is, is he okay? What is she's pointing at him? What's
No,
his
she just
deal?
like her head just kind of turns and looks because they're in these energy cells, and his cell is right next to hers, And she
But-
just kind of turns towards and says, he was a prepared, perfect vessel.
But
Was-
what happened to him?
We shocked the shit out of him.
Oh, got it. I don't remember that. Is he dead now?
No, he's alive. And
But
I
not
thought-
perfect anymore.
I
maybe.
thought we had all of his organs. Didn't we check to see if he had all of his organs?
I don't believe you did.
No,
Oh,
because
shoot. We should have
is-
checked to see.
he is the bodyguard for the ambassador who's
The
going to be sent
bodyguard.
to, well,
All right, hold on to that. You're not there. Don't give us stuff that we don't know. Hold on to it. You can be our smart Agatha Christie here in a second. Okay.
yeah, get me over here.
Okay. Okay, but if that guy's a perfect vessel, did he consent to being a perfect vessel? Do you know that?
All right. She sits there for a moment and she says, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that is a relief. We don't do non-consensual vesseling. It's against the rules.
All right. She sits there for a moment and she says, well, technically I'm in a non-consenting vessel.
Which is
Yeah, let's
why
fix
we want
that.
to get you out of there
Yeah, we hate that.
to the consenting vessel.
Mhm.
All right. She nods. That sounds like a good idea.
How do we get you from non-consensual vessel to consensual vessel? Also, we should probably double check to make sure he's still consenting, because checking in with your partner is always a good chance. Even if they've already said yes, you got to double check.
All right. She says, just drop this field and I can go there.
That's where we're gonna get.
Why don't you do an insight check there, Scooter?
I should also do one.
Yeah. So, we'll do insight and command again because you're still trying to read somebody.
So good that this is one of the worst skills that Gideon has.
I
Yeah,
I would
this-
auto fail this. If I did.
It's your difficulty
I
is 1
succeeded. Yeah.
for both of you.
Oh, am I doing it too? I
If
think
you
that's a
wish,
really
you don't
bad
have
idea.
to.
I don't think I will.
Okay. All right. So 1 success is all that you needed. So Gideon, you get that's probably a bad idea. She's been very forthcoming with information, or at least you think that she has. But she's, when you're like, we need to get you into a consenting vessel. She's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I need.
Okay. Just to
Like
be
she
clear,
wants it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
non-consenting, pointing to the lieutenant. Everybody else, non-consenting. But we got to go check in with him. So hold that thought, and I'm going to boop the window again.
Okay. So make it so that way she can't see through.
Yeah, and then I'm
Okay.
going to go to the bodyguard.
All right. He is still unconscious,
Oh, shoot.
or at least he's sleeping. You don't know. I mean, he could just be sleeping.
Can we give him a little poke?
Sure.
Can we scan him from here? Can we do
Yeah,
some organ scans from
absolutely.
here?
Absolutely. So yes.
Scanning!
Yeah, he's not completely unconscious. He's just he did sustain a bit of a bit of like not brain damage, but it was certainly something that like threw his system off. So he's not completely there. He's sentient and all that stuff. It's just he's woozy.
Okay. Is he missing inside stuff?
You see that he has had extensive surgery and appears to have had lung and heart replacement. He has a synthetic heart and lungs.
Checks out.
So, couple of things here. I think that as hot as that lady is, and much as I want you to marry her, I
Yep.
don't think we should let her go right now.
Okay. Yep,
Because
agreed.
that guy's oh God, Jareth, so good with the talk, with the babble. Some of his neurons were temporarily depolarized by the ionic shock from the electroplasma system that was overloaded to stun him. Ha! Ha! Man, be a writer. Wonderful. So we can't double check to make sure that they were still on board with this, but also maybe we should talk to the ambassador and be like, what's up here, kiddo?
Yep.
Oh,
I agree.
well, Jareth is a writer. Well, you picked a great profession.
Got it. Keep on.
Now, follow-up question. Do we think we should talk to the ambassador, or should we delegate this to the commander and the doctor?
Let's go back to them.
Yeah.
Give them all the info and let the commander and the doctor make a choice there.
All right. We will
I agree.
actually cut to the commander and the doctor now. You are walking to find Lab 442, and just you check the directory, like the station directory of like, well, where the hell is the, it would probably be somewhere near Lab 441, but it's not listed on any of the schematics. So, but you were given the video of where this person came from. So tracing that back, you find an unmarked, mostly unmarked door. There is a 442 on it, but it doesn't say Lab 442 or anything like that. It just has number 442 next to it.
This doesn't bode well.
Nope.
Okay, good. As long as we're clear.
Can I roll anything to make sure we're not going into something terrible?
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. In basically every Starfleet vessel, if you are authorized to go into a place, the door automatically opens for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to
so
push a door or anything like that. You walk
Yeah.
up, you could hit your head on this door. It doesn't open.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's what I thought. Okay. So the options are we go get Lieutenant Salt, have her open the door, go and talk to Yesh, and you can order him to open the door. Or we can go and ask first and then order. But I don't see another way getting into here.
Is there a medical override?
Usually there's almost always a command override, and you have assumed command of the Starbase.
Mhm.
But if that was the case, then the door would have opened for you.
Interesting.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we exhausted all options currently in front of us. Is what I'm guessing.
Which way would you prefer to go?
Well,
I mean, other than shooting the door open.
That is
I-
that is always an option, but I want to put that out there.
okay. I will say that Kujera did go get his phaser at some point,
Okay.
but no.
All right. Well,
I would love nothing more than to just bust the store open and figure out what the hell is going on. But we are trying not to cause a huge issue. And
are we now?
I distinctly remember a very strict warning that I'm trying to take into consideration with everything that we're doing.
Yeah. I just don't trust any of this.
Would you like me to shoot the door open? On a starbase that is not... Ugh.
Well, how about if we just summon Lieutenant Salt?
All right. Or at least maybe she can remotely open it. So beep beep, Lieutenant Salt.
So this is happening as you're walking out of because you're the last thing you had said was you were going to try and speak to the commander.
Right. So we're on our way to you there, Commander. Where are you?
Perfect. We're in front of a door marked 442. 441?
442.
Or
442?
we know that
Oh.
door.
I was so close. It is currently very much sealed, and I
Currently.
you can see where I'm going with this. Yes, I look forward to seeing you in a moment.
All right. Hop to it. There's a door to break into. Oh, so okay, while the commander's not here, Lieutenant. So the doctor allowed me to see this video from something called Section 31.
What?
And it was a super top secret. And
What?
but I mean it's relevant, so like you should know about it because obviously we're about to like get into it.
Do you have like a recording or something? Can you like
I can't bring it up because I erased all traces that I was in it and I don't want to get in trouble again.
Gideon?
But it was like, apparently it's like super secret Starfleet. No one knows who it is. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's Conspiracy City, Carmichael!
Oh man, I can't believe I slept through that. Are you kidding me?
You did need a nap though.
Yeah.
I think
better,
if we
but-
told you that on top of everything else that was happening, you'd probably just end up, crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so that's what we're off to do is conspiracy stuff.
Fun. I want more details later.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. So after just a few moments, then Lieutenants Salt and Carmichael you're walking down the hall. You come out of the turbo lift, turn, walk down a hallway, make a left, make a right, and there you are. You see the commander and the doctor at the end of the hall, standing in front of this pretty nondescript door.
Yeah, this isn't suspicious at all, y'all.
Mm-hmm. This doesn't show up on the map, right?
Correct.
Secret shit.
Yes, lieutenants, I would greatly appreciate your assistance in getting this door open.
Hey, so, I am going to let the lieutenant fill you in on everything that we did in the conference room, and I will work on getting us through this door.
Yep. Yeah, Frankie relays the extensive conversation we had with Sentient Bomb
Okay.
/ Fiala. Fiala?
Okay, and you talk about
sentient mom.
Sentient Bomb.
our sentient
She's-
mom.
She's a bombshell.
Hey!
Good.
Literally! Whoa!
Oh, she is right now. That's
good.
rough, buddy. Oh. Okay, so when you're talking about all this as you're about to hack open the door, you mention that the bodyguard is missing organs and did it consensually.
Presumably.
So says the Sentient Bomb.
Right.
So that's a sentient
But-
bomb. Wait. What?
That the Sentient Bomb told us that
Uh-huh.
the bodyguard was a consenting vessel and
Yes.
Okay.
in
Which
tip-top physical shape.
brings us some some concerns about the ambassador.
Oh, that explains why the doctor left.
Huh?
Yes, actually, this is starting to fall into place, and this is possibly worse than I even thought it could be. Okay.
Because somebody had to perform those surgeries.
Someone had to perform those surgeries. Why did they perform those surgeries?
Oh my god, y'all's faces are priceless.
This is not even role playing anymore. It's just like I don't know what's going on.
And those surgeries were performed on the bodyguard of the ambassador to the Klingons. Someone that was going to be sent pretty much to a known death with a
With a
bomb.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Well,
Okay.
Oh, I need that drink.
Are you guys
Before we-
getting drinks? Oh, cool. I'm in.
Right. So
Do you need to see a counselor?
No. But
Would
we
we-
should get in the store.
Oh no, I'm talking to Carmichael.
All right. So Salt,
party.
Salt, you're going to try and hack this
Salt
door open, right?
I have my phaser ready.
Okay. So Gideon, this you look into the locking mechanism. It's computerized, but it is a closed system. It's not even attached to any other part of the computer system. So you wouldn't have been able to hack this remotely. You would have had to have hacked it right here at this door panel. And so when you crack open the panel to kind of look at the guts of it, as you're looking at it, you realize that it is the way that the circuits are and whatnot. This is outside the normal like standard Starfleet configuration for door locking mechanisms. So your experimental technologies actually will apply here, because it is unlike any locking mechanism that you'd ever seen. And because this is such a top secret lab, your DC is going to be 3.
Ooh, okay. But here's the deal. This is going to be super finessey, so I'm going to use control.
Okay.
Obviously, engineering.
Mhm.
We are doing this without Starfleet approval, per se. So I'm going to say that sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than approval should apply here. So I'm going to use a determination on it.
Sure.
So I'm going to pop that sucker in there. And that's 3 dice plus my focus.
You do have a momentum.
Should
That
I?
momentum.
All right, I'm going to use a momentum. All right, boom, done. And then 4 dice plus my focus. Boom. Did I do
6 successes.
Yay!
Woo!
So you generate 3
Wow.
momentum. You hack through the security of this door. If you spend one of those momentum, you get through the door, no problem. If you want to spend one of those momentum, another perk happens. You don't have to.
I'm going to spend it.
Okay. So go ahead and drop that in there. And
Boom.
so as you hack into it, and at the very last second, you're like, what exactly is this piece? And you realize that it has an internal alarm system to notify if somebody is hacking this. So not only do you disable the lock, you also disable the alert.
Oh, you sneaky little boy. I got you. Can I figure out who it alarms?
It is a hardwired, yes, you can use your tricorder to kind of trace where this goes to, and it goes directly to Yesh's office.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, Yesh!
Oh, you know what I just realized too, though? Yesh is the only person watching. Yesh is our captain. Does that seem reasonable?
No, not only.
Yesh is in his office. So
I'm pretty sure
the captain, as he left, he says, "I'm going to keep him busy."
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty
no!
sure.
Oh no, guys!
I can't wait to find out.
Here comes your man. Da, 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 da. Here comes your man.
That's not what he was saying. He was just saying he has a crush. That's it.
Ba, da, 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 da.
All right, so the door opens, and in here you see the first thing you notice is that it's very twinkly lights in here, and what you see is what appears to be a gigantic flux capacitor. So you've got these tubes coming in 2 U shapes, upside down, right side up, and a upside down U shape. And there's these lights, glowing lights, adhered to the outside of these coils, and they're just kind of twinkling. They're of various sizing and whatnot. And as soon as the door opens and you see this, Carmichael, you've seen this pattern before.
All right, that is something we forgot to tell you.
What's happening?
we did forget to. Oh shoot.
Lieutenant Carmichael, your parents have been to this base.
I mean, they've been to a lot of bases. Yeah, it's kind of what they do. They travel around selling stuff, and
Yesh apparently hired them for some work about 5 years ago.
is there like a, when you get a nice fancy tea set and you turn it over and there's like the insignia.
Oh, the maker's
of the
mark.
Crafter.
Oh, a maker's. Your parents have a maker's mark.
Is that
on
too,
the
we,
door.
I probably have one of those in my family, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Especially
Frankie's
your mother would not do anything without putting her mark on something.
Yeah, they need credit no matter what. So
Right.
Frankie will like try to spot that on this piece of machinery.
It takes no time at all. You knew exactly where she would put it.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna ask for a pillow to scream in.
You know how two people have pillows and they put them in front of their mouths and they scream and they cry?
Yeah.
That's later. Yeah, we'll deal with that later, I guess.
As now, the little lights on the flux capacitor,
Mhm.
do they look like the shiny white lights that were glowing from the inside?
Yes.
Okay, just as I think that, I'm going to say all of these are non-consensual vessels.
Oh, these were all pulled from the place?
Mhm.
Mm.
So before
Kidnapping
you
aliens and shoving them into bodies.
Mhm.
little lights get any ideas, a non-consensual body, a non-consensual vessel, non-consent. Just to be clear here.
It did
I'm
say
already
that
full.
we might be able to reverse this and push them back to where they
Yeah.
came from.
Let's see if we can Uno this shit. So,
Yeah. I just wanted to say
Except
that
reverse
I
so many
am
times.
I am a full ride. There is no room on Kujera.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. The bus is full.
My quota.
That's right.
I'm
All
at
my
my
bargains.
okay. So, hey GM, can I look at all this stuff in here that's so shiny and see if I can figure out how we could get our interloping little friends back to whatever planet they came
Or
from?
dimension.
Yeah, shoot, I didn't even think of, oh my
I'm
gosh.
thinking dimension.
What if it's a dimension? Oh, that would be so cool.
Cool.
I'd like to know if I could do that.
Yes, we could work this out as a extended task,
Okay.
where
I would like to help.
yeah, where everyone else can kind of either pitch in or do something to help get this to go.
Do you think we need the other person here?
I'm worried about that because they're kind of trapped. We might be
In
trapping
that
one of
force
the
field?
one of the beings.
Can we get the force field on wheels and kind of roll them
Put it on a
down
skateboard?
here? You know.
Well, I do have 3 officers with me that have just been standing here that I
Three
only
security
just
officers.
remembered.
Yep, they're standing there.
It
They're just
probably
waiting for
wouldn't be a-
instruction.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing to get Fiala and the bodyguard up here.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so
just to have all the
if,
stuff contained.
yeah, so if we can send them to go get those 2
All right.
on the wheelies.
Okay.
The wheelies, yeah.
Should someone also go do captain stuff and not that kind of captain stuff, but
Why?
this is out of character. Don't worry. Carmichael
we know
knows
nothing.
nothing. Yeah, we literally don't know anything.
Right.
But
Brittany
Yesh,
is just
I feel
giving
like
you crap.
I feel like Yesh is a masterminding here, and I don't know that our captain can really,
So, okay, so that's the big thing. Would we think that we want to like pull the mask off, so to speak, right in front of Yesh right now?
No.
So, would we not metagaming? Would we think to go get them?
I don't want to go get them. I'm saying that I wonder if someone should go check in on what's happening there and be like, yeah,
Ah.
everything's fine. We're
Because
good.
we also need to figure out what the ambassador knew. Because the ambassador might be a totally innocent party here.
That's a
Right.
good. All
Or
right, so
she's in on it because she really wanted that promotion.
we have to clue this. So we need to figure this out, and then we need to get everybody in the same room and just ending
start
of
running
clue
around.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's.
Do we want to try to send the beings back, or let's at least see if we can even do that? Let's see if
Yes.
we succeed.
Well,
at that. Okay.
yes, I gotta figure out if I can even work this
Yeah.
thing.
And
Yeah.
then since they can be reasoned with, we can probably just tell the being, hey, just hold on, like,
We're gonna send you. We just need
Yeah.
to
No
figure this out.
explodies. We're
yeah,
gonna-
just give us like an hour so we can like absolutely montage this, and
Yep.
then you're good. Okay.
Okay. Great. So task first. Round everyone up. Confront.
In front. And then we'll send them back.
End credits.
And then go home and fuck our wives.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's your clue. Your
Yeah.
clue reference. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to see if there's like a log to see how many of these bad boys are in the star space.
In existence.
I just want to make sure that we're not saving Private Ryan. We leave no man alive behind.
I think Frankie did that
Alive.
the very first time, or maybe the
Right,
second
there's
time,
only one, right?
Like a scan.
Right.
Yeah, scan of the
The only
base.
thing that was not scannable was this room.
right.
Right. So
Okay.
Fiala should be the last. Should be the only one.
Okay.
Maybe Frankie would probably be able to do the scan again. So
Yeah,
Well-
just make sure there's no one else in there.
All right. So
We
and
were-
as you're having this conversation, and you're discussing things, you're fairly certain that where there on the flux capacitor where there was a blank spot, now there is another light.
So they're gathering more.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
they're, like,
so
harvesting them
time
live.
to get into this because
Okay.
we don't want more, we want less. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a task, and I'm getting assisted with the
Everybody.
incredible Lieutenant Carmichael, right?
Yeah, and this is like my family made this thing. I should.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So
It'll
if
be a
Frankie, if
cemetery,
you
too.
want, you can do science or you can do engineering, your choice.
Mhm.
And as for the attribute, it's however you want to do it. Whichever attribute you want. Your difficulty is actually going to be one less than Gideon's because you're familiar with your parents' designs and things like that. It's not going to be easy. The difficulty is going to be 3. So for Frankie, it's going to be 2. And then for every success, then you'll get to, this is where you get to roll the D6 equal to the number of successes you get to determine how much work gets done on this. So other people can help too. Doctor, you can help as well. And Mers, you can help by, if you want to, like helping to coordinate, or if you can do
Yeah,
it just however you
however
ever
we
want to do
can.
it. Yeah.
Inspiration.
Inspiration works.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and have all the helpers go first. And remember, you only roll 1 dice when you help.
Okay.
And just let me know what skill you're using to help.
Okay.
Now, for
Does that mean I can't use my focus and inspiration?
let's do it this way. Instead of having just everybody doing the help, let's have for time purposes. Let's just make everyone roll separate, just skills on their own. So you can use your focuses, you can use your determination, all that stuff. Everyone is it's fair game for everybody. So everyone but Frankie, the difficulty is going to be 3. Frankie, your difficulty is going to be 2.
Cool.
So. And then we'll just count up total number of successes, and that'll be the number of 6-siders that you roll as a group. Or we'll just do it individually. So let's
Okay.
start with Commander Mers. How are you assisting with this monumental task?
So I have reason and command are my highest attribute and discipline, and I figured that means he can be a really good manager.
Yes,
So I'm rolling as a manager.
there you go. You start with number of dice 2. You don't have to start with number of dice
Okay.
1. And then do any of your focuses work on this?
I think inspiration helps
Sure.
because he's being a good manager.
There you go. All right. Difficulty is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to use any momentum?
Yes.
Okay.
And now I'll roll.
Okay. Oh, your difficulty was 3.
Oops. Let me do that again. Pretend the focus is in there.
Whoop. You're raising your complication rating
Oops,
instead
wrong.
of your, there you go.
Thing. Okay.
There you go.
Let me add a thing again just to make it easier. Okay.
There you go.
Nope. He tried.
Nope, but no complications. So you didn't hinder anything. So that's good. And this is really an odd situation to be trying, to manage. So it's not a total loss. All right, Dr. Davis, how are you assisting in this task?
I think so. She could use, I think, reason and I'm gonna go with science.
You can do that. I was actually going to say because if you're looking at it from a medical standpoint and how this is all you have actual genetic material of this, and you can use that knowledge to maybe make something that only if it's something like an effect in the room that would only affect that genetic material.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's just
reason, medicine.
Yeah, and genetics would work as a focus.
So I could use my focus of genetics. And you're saying it's D3?
Correct.
All right. I think she's probably going to use her values. Every problem has a solution, so she uses another determination.
Sure, no problem.
All right. I think that's it. So
nice. 6 successes.
Wow, 3 momentum.
So you generate 3 momentum. And what I'll do is you got 6 successes. So roll 6d6.
How do I do that?
Just separately?
You can. You just drag and drop the 6-sider 6 times if you want to.
1.
Nice. All right. So you generated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 work on this. So that's pretty awesome. That actually makes it a lot easier for everyone else behind you. All right. So this that takes us to let's see. If we're going in rank order, it would be Gideon. What are you doing?
Okay, so I am full of, oh gosh, oh dear, oh boy. I think I'm gonna go daring with this. Engineering, because when I'm attempting a task using my bold engineering, I can give you threat to reroll d20s.
Sure. Absolutely.
So, it's my focus, DC 3.
Yep. You have 4
None
momentum.
of my values really apply. So I'm going to use a momentum because why not? That's 3 dice plus my focus. I think I'm good.
3 successes. You got it.
Okay. So then I roll the d6s, right?
Yep. 3d6.
Boom.
Nice. All right. So that was, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. And now we have Frankie.
Use that momentum.
Okay.
And your DC is 2 instead of DC 3.
DC's 2. Got it. I'm going to use reason and engineering.
Okay.
I think I would also like to use my value of science for the greater good, not the greater gain, specifically because that value is a FU to my parents.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm literally trying to reverse engineer something they made.
Yeah.
So I just click the red determination for that.
That's correct.
Boom. Great. And then I'll use a momentum too, which adds a die, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And do you have a focus that works on here?
Don't
Experimental.
diplomacy?
Xenobiology, all of, diplomacy,
all of these
experimental
things, right.
biotechnology, all of that would work.
I was born for this.
That's right. That's right.
This is exactly the type of thing that Frankie wants to like get into. Okay, cool. I'm gonna roll it.
All right. 4 successes, generating 2 momentum.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll 4d6.
How do I? Yes, the power.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a
this
really
makes
good roll.
sense.
So you had 6. The 2s count as 2. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You needed 10. So the 4 of you work together. You're trying to figure out how to reverse this. Essentially, it's like a dimensional flypaper. These things are being drawn into this dimension from somewhere else and getting stuck to this flux capacitor. And so you figure out a way to reverse the polarity of this whole thing, and all of a sudden the lights just start to go out. And nobody rolled any complications. This thing is directly attached to the Starbase's reactor. So complications could have been catastrophic.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Lovely for you to tell us now.
Yeah. So you're like, wait a minute, wait, this is like,
wait.
no.
Complications could have been catastrophic, and Yesh put it up.
Uh-huh. Another mark against Yesh.
All right, so we're good. We figured this out.
Well, hold on. We gotta put the one that's in the girl back.
Fiala.
We have to.
Aren't our red
Let's
shirts
get
going
everybody
fetch?
together.
Yeah, we
Yes.
have to clue this first.
Right. So
we know
yes.
we can do it. We
So
know we
as
can
it's not
send it
like it didn't instantly happen. So it's slowly they're starting to wink out as your red shirts are returning. They've got like you said, it's a portable shield emitter. So they've got her they've got her subdued for right now, and then they bring her into the room. And did you wanted you did or did not want the bodyguard?
I mean,
I want the
sure.
bodyguard.
Everyone.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. So the bodyguard.
It's
is in there.
evidence.
Right.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Kujera's gonna turn to Fiala and say, Fiala's guest.
All right. She's looking. She like opens her eyes and looks at you. Yes.
I don't know if you will trust us, but we are honest in saying, and he gestures to the device. It's like, those of your kind that were taken here are being sent back. We have full confidence that you will be able to be sent back from where you came.
She nods, and she looks at you and she says, "Thank you."
Of course. I would make one request of you.
Name it.
I would like to see that the person who made this all happen, who caused all of these problems, be brought to justice. And I might need your help in that. So if you could please stay with us for just a little bit longer. As soon
Did write
as
a signed affidavit.
just,
Gotta get a notary in here.
just if you can proceed with us and just perhaps your testimony will help. Perhaps it won't, but having you there is, I would rather have you there than not.
Okay.
So
Yeah. She nods. She says, "I trust you."
We want to avoid this individual doing this again in the future. So hopefully, if we
You've been a
can-
victim of a crime.
Yeah.
I understand.
do you want
All
to
right.
say?
Let's get the captains in here, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Are we
we're
bringing
calling-
them here?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, let's
do
calling
we- And
everybody.
the ambassador
crime.
too.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
everyone.
All right. So
So-
who goes to? Are you calling Yesh, or how are you doing that? Are you
I-
going to get him?
We could do it on the tricorder and just be like, "What's that?"
Oh, could you? How about Salt makes the alarm go off? The room
Well,
alarm.
How
No,
about-
because if you have that happen, then he's gonna not bring our captain, and I want Max to be here too.
So,
How about if we have Max bring him? He was
Yeah.
made for this.
yes.
And he also doesn't need that many he doesn't need an explanation.
No.
Hey, Jan,
Yes.
can you go and fetch the captain, please, and bring him and Yesh and the ambassador back here?
Affirmative.
Thanks.
Little fetch doggy.
They're the best dog.
All right. So
ever.
after a short period of time, the security guards return again with the ambassador.
Uh-huh.
And she seems a little confused. She's been, like I said, just kind of confined to quarters. So she comes walking in. She looks at this whole contraption as it's slowly starting to dim, and she sees, and then they're bringing in her bodyguard, and she actually like shows concern, like, is he okay? Is he going to be all right? Like looks at the doctor and is like, is he okay?
None of this looks familiar to you.
I don't understand the question. Is this some sort of like energy conduit or something?
I mean, you're not wrong. Most things on Starfleet are some kind of energy conduit.
Right.
Did you know that your bodyguard... Wait, hold on. When did you get your bodyguard?
He was assigned to me by Starfleet Intelligence when I was when I was given the notification of my official promotion.
Okay, so not long.
Was that promotion surprising for you? Did you expect that?
All right, she just kind of sits there and she says, "I'm assuming this has something to do with why I'm here, but
Okay, just
but
keep it all. Keep it all.
Right.
I'd like to get the captains here.
okay."
Wait a second.
And then after
be better
a
without
few
him.
more minutes, the door opens and you see Jan comes like bounding in, and then Captain Maxwell comes in with Yesh over his shoulder.
He
just-
he didn't want to come.
Max, what?
And he just drops him on the ground.
Is he like knocked out?
Yeah, you can see he's got a big old like red mark on his jaw.
What?
What happened?
He points. The captain points at Yesh and he says, "Whenever your dog came and told us to go to that we were needed in 442, he put up resistance. He always
All
had
right.
he always had a
Mers'
glass
honor
jaw.
and he had to defend him.
Glass jaw. Okay.
Right?
Well,
and he's
this
just
makes
kind of
it-
looking around and he's like, "Figured it out, huh?"
Yeah.
And he's looking at
Well-
Mers.
I
Of course, he still doesn't have his shirt on.
yeah. Okay. I think I did.
And still has all of his nipples.
That's right.
Well,
all-
those nipples.
All all implies a lot. We have to step back.
Alright.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else want to clue this before I go in?
I mean, this is your show, Commander.
Okay.
Just tell me when to hit the button.
All right. Let's see if this makes sense. If this works. I was just saying a little bit ago that I'm not very good at putting together puzzles. So let's see if I'm anywhere close. Okay. So Commander Yesh has been in charge of this starbase, doing a bit of work that is probably below him. But for what end? I can't talk about who is funding this, but from what I can see, he was able to get a device going to get these creatures from their dimension or subspace or wherever it is, to bring them over, to start creating what seems to be unauthorized creation of sentient bombs, just by the notion that these beings could not exist without a perfect vessel. Once these beings were brought over, knowing this, they could use willing or unwilling participants that once they had been altered could host these bombs. And he's going to look at the bodyguard. Is he awake enough to talk?
Oh, he's listening. You can tell that he's awake. He's faking like he's out.
Okay. And what was his name?
His name is, where was it? Oh, it's Bortum.
Bortum, I could shock you again if that would make you feel a little bit more awake.
All right, he kind of eyes you for a moment and he just kind of sits up.
Yeah,
Boredom.
that's what I thought.
All right, he's got a real sour look on his face.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you were commanded or not. I don't even know if it really matters at this point, unfortunately. But you had this operation done to you.
All right, he says, is that a question?
No. When you got here, you were going to be given one of these creatures. And you were going to go and do your duty as a bodyguard to the ambassador of the Klingon Empire. And it was already a death sentence, but you were there to ensure it, weren't you?
All right, he just leans forward and he says, you don't have the clearance.
And that's what it all boils down to.
Could I get the commander the clearance?
That's...
No, this is above our pay grade, guys.
Well, in any case,
Well, it's unethical, and they're using sentient beings and
yeah, this
hosts
is really
and
against.
parasites to kill people.
Boredom's on the floor, right?
Yep.
All right. Kujera's gonna kneel, and he's gonna say, "It's going to come out. I don't think I cannot say what I found. So, are you going to play this as if you're a free agent? Or what am I going to say?"
I believe the line is rogue element.
That's the term. Yeah. Rogue element. How does the ambassador look?
She looks completely mortified.
Yeah, this wasn't really about you though. This was. It
This
looks like this
was
was done
just
without
a
your
pawn.
knowledge.
Just a
Yeah.
pawn.
Yeah.
And she just kind of looks over and she says, was my promotion even real?
From what
The
I
party
can-
was real. The
Party
party
was
was
real.
great.
Can I do a quick Google?
Go-
Quick
gonna look
Starfleet
for-
stuff.
Look
and
a
to
job.
see-
Look up job searches
For-
for.
Oh, I'm
for
gonna
what?
get in so much trouble with HR. But like, can I make sure that it was real?
Oh yeah, it was official. No doubt
It was
about
official, yeah.
But like, was it real? Like, did
Or
she
was
deserve it?
real?
Yeah.
Right. Like,
No, Kujera's gonna look at her and he's pretty sad. And he's gonna say, for what it's worth, I don't think you'll be going anytime soon.
She nods.
On the other
Um,
hand, everything we've ever heard about you is that you're really good at your job and that you were worthy of this promotion. So
All right. So he's gonna stand back up and he's gonna look at Yesh and he's gonna say, I'm guessing this is another rogue element.
All right. Yeah, she is completely out cold.
Mm-hmm. How does
Commander.
Max look? I'm sorry.
Max looks very self-satisfied at this point.
Has he been listening at all?
Yeah,
close, but his like rival is finally getting his,
yeah, he's
Nothing.
standing over
And you had to
Yesh
punch
like,
him.
gotcha.
Okay.
So, Commander, I have a question.
Yes.
So, excuse me, Morgan has a burp. Uh,
I thought you were gonna cry. I was like,
no, just gassy. So a lot of these rogue element stuff, they kind of get swept under the rug,
Yes.
right? But if, let's say, all evidence of this incident was broadcast to the entire Starfleet.
He is going to grab her by both shoulders.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to say, Salt,
Uh-huh.
I am not saying this just for you.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying if you care about anyone else, just period, not even in Starfleet, just anyone else in your life, you will not do this.
I understand, Commander, but someone
No,
died.
I don't think you do. This is not something that we should have ever had to deal with. This is not something I even want Max to deal with ever. We're all involved in something terrible. And the best thing that we can do, it's not nice, it's not morally right, but we need to pretend. Can you please do that with me?
So, what you're asking me to do is to send this person back to where they belong and then leave all of this equipment intact so that they can do it again and pretend it never happened.
No, we can destroy it. We can say we didn't know what we were doing. We can do as much as we can, but that is up to and cannot cross letting someone know how much we know.
I think what we're saying here is that we're going to pin this on Yesh and that individual over there as rogue elements who were involved in some personal plot.
Okay, but Commander, they aren't. Which means that this is Starfleet sanctioned in some way.
Remember when I told you to not look at the video?
Not looking at it doesn't make it not exist, Commander.
I'm so upset. Kujera is really upset too. This sucks. This sucks so bad. I really wish Max wasn't so self-centered right now.
Lieutenant Salt,
Uh-huh.
there's really nothing that disgusts me more than the thought that to them, using people like this and using this alien intelligence this way was something that we as members of this organization should in any way further. But I can say that if given the opportunity to be a pain in the ass for these motherfuckers in the future, I'm gonna take it.
That's fair. Okay. So, would it be similar breaching if I were to scrub all of the information about this particular project? Or not that it happened, but how to do it?
So they can't repeat it?
Uh-huh.
If you'd like to scramble it in such a way that you can blame it on something else,
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
can do
saying work with. I'm just saying don't let them know.
Hey, Jan.
Yes.
Let's scramble some stuff. Breaking some eggs, guys.
Okay.
So, with all of this, I mean, I don't really understand how Yesh is going to be held responsible for this, but I feel
We're just
like
going to turn over what we know and say, whoopsies, found out some stuff. Hey, guys, I
So-
guess.
All
We
right.
had to release the aliens. We couldn't leave these
Yeah.
poor
Yeah.
sentient
Yeah.
creatures who we're trapped.
That's it. We're gonna say that they came to us, that she asked us for help.
She did.
She did.
Fiala, would you mind looking into this beautiful corgi's face and just say that you asked us for help on this particular matter?
Of course. And she looks at Jan. Would you please help me?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we cover this stuff. I still don't think it's enough. I also want to say that we said everything that we were saying not in front of this fucking obvious agent, bodyguard agent. Just saying. Even though it's not going to help us that much. Oh, guys, I hate this.
Okay,
right.
but game plan is turn the machine backwards, get Fiala's non-consensual companion out of here, and then I'm gonna destroy the shit out of this machine.
Sure.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. Frankie is right there with you.
All right. So, epilogue. The machine is destroyed, and just from what you doing the task that you did, you not only you reverse it, but it's like as the last being is being released back into their home dimension, the entire contraption just kind of closes in on itself and actually just like goes into wherever those lights come from. So there is no even trace of it having ever existed here.
Oh.
I mean, other than like whatever rooted it here, but like all the power sources and all of that stuff just kind of get sucked into it, unless you do it some other way. As for Yesh, when all of this, all of the information, you scrub all of the information, but the one thing that is saved is the disappearance of Dr. Yandowski.
Mm-hmm.
And
who he got rid of,
who he apparently murdered.
Oh.
No.
And so as Starfleet security is dragging him away, Max looks at him in the eyes and says, "That's for Sophia, you son of a bitch."
Oh.
All right.
Dr. Davis has a serious hate.
All right. So we are out of time for that. We actually ran over on this one. So that's, but
I wish we could go even more. I wish we could keep playing.
It's just going to be one session, just our Halloween episode. You'll
Yay.
We finally
Just
did
one.
it, guys. We beat The Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right. So let's go around the table and let everyone know where you can be found. And as always, we go in rank order. So we will start with Commander Mers.
Hi, I'm Rihanna. I'm DIY Ferret on like everything. You can find me here. You can also find me with Venture Maidens, where we just wrapped up the season of Rising Hunger, which was like a horror campaign. Although I will admit, wasn't a whole lot of horror. We just made a lot of jokes and went into a bunch of really cool funeral practices. So check me out there, where I perform a sky burial.
All right. Next, we have Dr. Davis.
Oh, well, that was a little intense. Yeah, so I'm playing Dr. Cassie Davis, and you can find me, Leslie, on Twitter at @LeslieGMGirl. And right now, this is my only stream, so you can catch me next, or Tuesday after next.
Correct.
Here for our next game, where hopefully we all just survive pissing off Section 31.
And next we have Lieutenant Salt.
Hey, so guess what? Gideon's got a whole new mission in life now. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We're not telling Commander, but we're gonna hunt some terrorists, yo.
We're not quite terrorists, guys.
I don't know what they are. No one will tell me.
Yeah. You can find me, Morgan, at Twitter, on Twitter at Thistleraven. You can find me alternating Tuesdays. I'm on Star Trek here, and then on the other Tuesdays, I'm on our Twitch channel for our podcast, Taking Initiative podcast. Right now, I'm streaming Nancy Drew. That's been really fun figuring out how to play those kinds of games again. You can find me as the wonderful Surreal. We just wrapped up Surreal's Big Gay Love Story on on our podcast, which is season 2. That's Taking Initiative, TI_pod on Twitter. You can find us where all podcasts are. And I think that's all where you can find me. Come say hi.
All right. And last but not least, we have Lieutenant Carmichael.
Hello, I'm Brittany. I've been playing Frankie Carmichael, who is totally back, totally fine. Everything's fine. She's not sick at all. Rolling like a champ, undoing her greedy parents' machinery, like a angsty teen. Very good stuff. And back with her partner in crime, Gideon.
We saved your wife.
What? Oh my
We
gosh, we
did,
didn't
we
even epilogue that.
did.
All right, we gotta
No, because the next season's gonna be your date.
take it back.
The next
Oh,
episode's
that's
gonna
right.
be your date.
It'll come back. It'll come back. Let's just bookmark that Fiala note.
We'll put a pin on that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
to stick around till they can find somebody else to run the base. So
That's right. That's right. Oh man. Any job openings on our okay, anyway, we'll talk about this after. You can find me at the D20 Dames podcast. We're an all family friendly D&D podcast. We're in the middle of our season 3 and season 4. We're taking a little break, but we just released a Q&A today. So you can find us at d20dames.com and on Twitter at d20dames. You can find me streaming occasionally on Facebook at fb.gg/BrittanyGames. I play stuff like Sea of Thieves and what else do I play? Fall Guys, The Sims, WoW, random stuff. Yeah, find me there.
All right. And I'm Eric. I'm the GM of this. And also, you can find me on the Resting Glitch Face Shadowrun podcast. And you can find me on Twitter at Boshloon or basically anywhere Gamers Table, either this channel or on Twitter. Okay. So thank you all for watching. And we will see you all again in 2 weeks.
Bye.